Welcome to King David TV. Please subscribe, comment, and like. Thank you.
My sales girl was who I was talking about. I was telling my husband just now on the phone. One of them, the one managing the shop downstairs, she joined Ajo, 2 different Ajo. And when she was contributing at the Ajo, I discovered yesterday that she was doing 2 different Ajo that was more than her monthly salary. 40,000. There was another one that they were paying 1,000 every, and they were collecting money every other day. So I was like, this is about up to your salary or even not more than your salary. How are you able to afford contribution that is equal to your salary or more than your salary? At least you spend money, you buy food, you look after yourself. Where are you getting the money from? So I had to challenge her. And she was like, oh, she wasn't the one. She was just representing somebody with the 40,000 one in the Ajo. Joshua, come and ask them how many ice block they want. Just open the door. The person is old enough to be your mother. What trousers are you wearing? Take your shirt and open the door and ask the woman, how many ice block does she want? Ice block? Oh yeah, come and give it to her. So she denied. When I confronted her, she denied that the 40,000 one, she wasn't the one doing it. Like, she was representing somebody. And I said, okay, the person that is collecting the Ajo, I want to talk to the person. Then she said, oh, that person is not really nearby you. She's in one village in Ogbomoso, everywhere. I said, so you are saving Ajo with somebody who is in Ogbomoso. And I said, okay, you are saving Ajo with the person. You've pulled another staff to be doing the same Ajo with you. What happens if you don't get your money? I called the other staff that joined without even verifying anything. I said, so what if you are not able to get your money? I said, who are you going to harass? She said she will harass this particular girl walking downstairs. I said, so you people start fighting my shop and start making noise. You know, you're doing your agenda, you're not putting your sense into what you're doing. You trust another staff that much. So I know that the girl, she started to pick things from the shop. And the reason why that loophole was there was because I was very busy setting up the salon shop upstairs. So I had not been observing things on the camera. But I've let her know that shift we are doing now, we are going to be doing those shifts together. When you resume 8:30, I'll resume with you on the camera. When you close 8:30 to 9 at night, I will close with you on the camera. I will be there monitoring. And everything you sell, I will write it down. So when I come with what I've written down, you better tally with your own. So I've told her I'm going to give her bumper to bumper screening and bumper to bumper monitoring. So I definitely know that, yes, she's been up to something and that thing is no good. Yeah, so having touched on that, that's what I dealt with yesterday. A lot of things happened this week actually. And there was another incident where we had to go and help somebody out of detention. This guy was under detention for more than 7 days, or about 7 days, I would say. For about 7 days, one of the security men that, the guy used to play with us at the shop. He was very close to our driver. And every time we needed something doing, like we wanted to lift things from one place to the other, he would help. So when these guys got arrested, from the generator incident I said last time that somebody came in and broke into the generator house and stole the gen. This guy was one of the people that was arrested. So they gave them the money to pay. They kind of split the generator money amongst them. 4 of them they arrested, and 3 of them were able to pay their money and make arrangements on how they will pay the balance. And just this guy was left there without anybody to bail him. No family member turned up. He was there for about 7 days. The only family member that they could reach didn't have money. So the person stayed away. So unfortunately, this guy was left there. So I felt bad. I was telling my driver that, how will you leave your friend in detention for that long? Nobody's going to bail him out. He was like, hey, madam, I only know him here. I don't have money I don't know what I'm going to do. I only know him here. I said, so now you only know him here. So I just felt, okay, as a child of God, what would Jesus do? I said, okay, what I can do is, if I loan you money to go and get him out of there, who is going to pay back my money? He said, okay, that if I can loan him money, he will know how to get it back from him. That the guy will not run away. You're standing in for the guy, that the guy will not run away. I said, I'm not going to do that. You know what I'll do? I'll give you advance payment, your salary. I will give you I will deduct it from your salary for the next 3 months. I know you can run away, but that one will be the risk I'll be willing to take. When I pay you half of your salary, you go and collect the remaining half from him. So he was very happy with that option. So I gave them the money to go and get him out of the police custody. So yeah, so that was one good thing again we did this week. That's part of Japada. That's part of being in Nigeria. People look out for one another, but sometimes it's for the bad intentions, you get. So that's why I was talking about the video the last time, that raising insecurity issues and all that. And the last video was not to scare anybody, because I observed that people who had the strength and the intelligence to grasp what I was talking about, grasp that. And some of them even contacted me that they are using that information to guide them on how to relocate. So that helps some people to re-strategize. For example, now if you are going to live in a certain area or a certain part of the country, that information now will help you to rethink and say, okay, can I just consider a different place until when on this unrest settles down, and then I can go to my preferred place of residence. Some people might even say, okay, let me delay this till after all of these things, have settled down. And some people will say, come, let's go. We are going to face it head on. After all, home is home. So there are different approaches to this Japada. As when I relocated last year, people were saying all sorts. Things were happening. We were seeing all sorts of things on social media, and I still came, regardless of whatever is going on in Nigeria. So never the intention to scare anybody. Some of these things have been in existence for a long time. It's just that in recent times, these things have intensified. Not that they didn't exist before. My daily experiences or my weekly experience that I'm sharing is not to scare anybody. That's why I kind of personalize this story. If anything makes sense to you on this page, pick it. I do not want anybody to be afraid. Since then, things have been pretty normal. I know there are protests here and there and all that, but things have been pretty normal even within our own area here. But today we are going out early, and I have to leave this house because that fan is the only thing working right now. See, I'm already sweating. It's starting to get hot. Normally, I would leave so early on a Saturday. But yes, we hope that we get that sunshine out today so that it can power the battery, and we pray that they bring the lights. Whatever is happening to it again, I have no clue. But yeah, that's where we are again. There are so many things I'm experiencing firsthand in this Japada that I've never seen before in my life. I've just got updates this morning that, by the way, we were able to power our battery has rested for a while, so we put it back on and gotten some light. So hopefully we're able to get a few hours out of the battery before we set out today. And I've just gotten updates that our nanny, who we just hired, and to be honest, we are already in process of letting her go. In fact, I've already given her a notice of termination. And the plan today was for her to come and pick up our pay, for us to discuss her pay and then pay her. Today would have been her last day. But I just got update now that she has gone into trance. Is it trance they call it? This, I think she attends a white garment church. I'm just even finding that out myself. I think she attends a white garment church, and I believe that's quite a common experience within the church. That she has gone into trance for 7 days. So, I have nothing against any white garment churches or anybody's church for that matter. But it just got me thinking that, this is not common practice in the UK. We've lived in the UK for many years. I don't know if it happens because I don't attend white garment church. But I don't know, people who attend white garment church, does this kind of thing, or people who attend white garment church and are living abroad, do this kind of thing happen in the UK? Like, do you, then not go to work for 7 days or for 21 days, that you send a message to your employer that you have gone into trance? Because I've never seen anything like that, if I'm being honest. And I just laughed and I was like, well, I don't even know how to react. If I'm being honest, I don't know what reaction to give at this point, because if we still needed her as a nanny and she was not about to be fired, she would have called me this morning and said, or her family members would have called me this morning and said she's gone into trance in her church. And when she worked the night before, she worked up to yesterday night, so that must have happened sometime last night, that she went into trance after she finished work, and she's been there now. She's going to be there for the next 7 days. So if I had plans for the next 7 days, meetings lined up, things that will better my life lined up, and I'm relying on this nanny, that this is the nanny that will help me to keep an eye on my children, this is the kind of news I'll be getting this morning, then I'll start running helter skelter. It's just funny in Nigeria, when they say no jobs, I see that there are jobs though.
Of course there's job in Nigeria, but the question is, are people ready to work? Are people ready to work? How can you hire somebody, like you just said, how can you hire somebody in Nigeria and you have to be monitor that person like you are monitor a baby, and you still have to pay them at the end of the month? Does that make sense? Thank you so much, man. We really appreciate you. Thank you for keeping us updated. Thank you for giving us awareness about what's going on in Nigeria. We really appreciate you. Please check out our channel on YouTube Our name is Akomolafe family. Thank you. See you on the next one. Bye.